if I set it like this, then you can see the real star, you know? So everybody wants to see, right? Michael Gary Scott. Oh fuck, man. Like I got a whole thing, but I was like, oh, I want to say this thing first. I've been uploading my Porch Talks, the past ones, to YouTube, because I figure, why not? Just put that there. And then I think that's like everybody has YouTube. I mean, you can always view an Instagram story if someone were to send it to you, but like, I don't know, just get it out there in more ways than one. So it takes a little bit of time though. I have 53 episodes that are on Instagram, plus 2 in the bank, plus this one. Yeah, and I think I've uploaded 14. The long ones take longer. Imagine that. Okay. That could be an interesting segue. This could be an interesting segue into today's topic, external goals. Do I have a goal for this particular thing that I'm doing? Yes, I would like for what's happening to keep happening, for people to find some sort of benefit or connection in another human talking about their feelings. So on the small scale, I would like that. On a larger scale, if I could, I don't know, is this like the contents of a book? But then like, why do I have to write a book? Why is that? Why do people keep telling me that? Am I just being rebellious? Does all this information just go into one book? Like what's the selling point of that book? I think part of the selling point of this format is that this is unedited. I don't know how to edit videos. I'm not gonna it's like a whole nother step. You guys don't even know. Like this is like not hard and I still find it difficult. So this is where we're at. It's unedited and I say what I mean. And if I have something nice to say, I'm gonna say it, but I'm not gonna make up nice shit. Like I was just looking through something. I don't know, it's just interesting. Like the things that I know about people, secrets, complaints, gossip, shit like that. And then like what they put out and what they'll say about people, like all these wonderful glowing things. Like, girl, you fucking hate that bitch. I don't understand. Anyway, it's like a keeping up of appearances. I'm certainly guilty of that. I think we're all guilty of that in some form or another. I've yet to come across a human who doesn't keep up appearances at least a little bit. Like, even, I think the human that I know who gives the least fucks about literally everything is Chris. He doesn't give a fuck. But he does. You know, he has to give like enough fucks that he actually gets up and goes to work. He tries all the time. You know, he goes to the gym even when a lot of times he really fucking shouldn't because he doesn't sleep. He eats the right kind of food. He's, you know, a good dog dad. He will FaceTime us, especially when the kids are here. Like, keep up appearances that, you know, everything's okay. When really he's super stressed out and stretched as thin as I've ever seen anyone. And so, anyway, he doesn't like care about really what people think of him. I don't think he wants people to think he's like a bad guy, but he doesn't care about, he wears silkies, so like his shorts are like fucking shorter than my shorts that he wears to the gym, and I honestly found it very puzzling before I like knew him. Like, how is your penis not falling out? But I've worn these silkies before, and like it's like almost like a garter belt around the leg, like nothing's coming out because it's just so like snug around the leg, but yet comfortable at the same time. Anyway, how do we get there? He doesn't care about dumb shit. A lot of us do care about dumb shit. Like, I care about the fact that this angle's a little bit different, so you're gonna see more of how my stomach crease is, because I have multiple stomachs. Is it from having kids? Yes. That certainly exacerbated the condition. But that's just where I carry This is where I carry weight. And then I had like the fat freezing stuff, and it just left me with a bunch of extra skin. So like, I don't know, my body looks fucked up in that spot. And that is the worst part of my body. So that's the thing that I focus on, I don't know, 100% of the time. I don't really notice or acknowledge the good parts. Okay. Well, this is going to be challenging to tie this all together. It's there though. Okay. Not giving a fuck. And external goals. Reaching in there. Okay. So external goals. Let's say, for example, an external goal would be like, oh, I want to make this much money, or I want to save up this much money so I can buy this thing, or I want to, you know, a lot of it has to do with money that I'm just coming off the top of my head. Like, some people are like, oh, I want to be married by the time I'm this age, done having kids by the time I'm this age. I want to get this job at this time, or this promotion at this time. Or smaller things, like I want to finish painting the porch. I want to finish a puzzle, or finish uploading all of my, like, all the videos to YouTube, or I want to get pull-ups at the gym. So like, there's so many skills that I don't have at the gym, and pull-ups was like a real nagging one because it's in a lot of workouts, although since I got them, I feel like they're not, I've done them once in a workout in like a fucking month. I don't understand how that happens because I feel like it was like every day. Pull-ups. It's like I want to get them for 5 fucking years. Finally got them, and it's like, oh, that's cool. But then I just focus on what's the next thing, which is helpful, but also sometimes like not helpful. It's a fine line or a balanced action, right? The steer or the sukha, the softness and the hard, or the sweet and the spicy, whatever, yin and yang. It's good to never be satisfied, because you don't want to be like, oh, I can do pull-ups now. I am done. I will never try to do anything again. Like, we have to keep trying at stuff. We have to keep improving. Personally, I think we need to do it for ourselves, but also like as a species, we need to keep leveling up. But also, we've got so much like chatter, or at least I do, that I need to like focus on something and turn the chatter into something that is like positive. It's like all the words are poison in my head, and I have to like make them into something that's not poison, at least something that's either neutral or beneficial. So, but the tricky part is when you're like, oh, well, when I get pull-ups, then I'll be happy. Or when I'm married, then I'll be happy. When I have my kids, I'll be happy. When I get this promotion, I'll be happy. When I get this house, I'll be happy. I have been waiting to be happy for my entire life. And I have been happy, and I am happy sometimes, but like, there's always some big fucking problem. And I'm in the midst of a big problem that has like an end date that is not yet determined. So I know that this will be over, and then a new thing will be happening that is better, that everybody wants. And we just have to be patient. Which I find harder than like having a countdown, you know what I mean? I try to liken it to when Dan was in boot camp, he could only write on Sundays, and then you would get it, you know, maybe a week later, but not even every Sunday. And phone calls, I think I heard from him like twice. So, you know, there's no texting, there's no nothing. Like, this person is gone, and you can't talk to them, but you can write to them. So I wrote to him every day. I never missed a day. In or out, man. Are we fucking in or out? Obviously, I was in. And I kept thinking, well, I'll be happy when he gets out of boot camp. I'll be happy when. Yeah. I'll be happy when. Some other fucking day. So I'm caught in the middle of that. Of like, I'll be happy when this all goes back to normal. This moves forward. This gets resolved. This feels better. I'll be happy when this medication is totally working, or we add an ability, like like Wellbutrin, you add a friend. I'll be happy when my running pace is better. I'll be happy when I'm 15 pounds lighter. I'll be happy when the winter's over. I'll be happy when... It's not to say that I'm not happy. I do experience joy, but I'm always waiting for something else. Something fucking else. There's a blurry period of a few years where I didn't have anything to complain about, so I don't remember them. I remember my trauma, and I remember the bad stuff more than anything else. I guess maybe because that's the stuff that needs processing and needs attention, or is it just what I choose to give attention? Because here's the thing, I don't want to not pay attention to the things that are asking for my attention. I'd rather all right, what are we gonna deal with? And deal with it, so we can move forward, rather than shoving it down. I'm adamant about that. Partially because I saw what it did to Ian. So he lost his dad young. He was only 21 or 22 and his dad was 49. It was unexpected and he did not process that at all. He said he didn't cry for a couple of years. And so I just thought, when you see somebody who's you're obviously got something going on and you're not dealing with it, it's the most frustrating thing because I can't deal with it for you and I want to help you because I love you. Ian, Chris, fucking kids, Michael, anybody. You want to help the people that you love, but you can't make people deal with shit if they don't want to fucking deal with shit. Or if they don't have the capacity to deal with shit. If you're in survival mode, it's unearthing this stuff. It's cutting off your fucking legs sometimes. You feel like a half a human. Not if you're an amputee that you're a half a human. That's not what I mean. But you feel like half your abilities are just gone, or your natural abilities. Are you going to figure out how the fuck to get from here to there? Of course you are. You're human. We're an adaptable species. I don't know. It's just a rough patch. Running's good though. I ran 30 miles over the course of 4 days. I don't usually run 30 miles. I couldn't tell you the last month I ran 30 miles. I have a half marathon on Sunday. That'll be fine. Yeah, that used to be a goal. I wanted to do my first half marathon. I did it. So fucking what? Do the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. Well, how am I going to feel exactly when it's over? I'm going to keep the medal out for the day. The next day I won't run. The next day I start the running program for the half marathon after that. It's cool, got it. Let's keep going. In fact, I was looking at my medals today because they're on a thing. I should take a picture. Maybe I will. Okay, hold on, it's on my eye. All right, it's this plaque and it says, always earned, never given. There's a bunch of hooks and there's all my medals on there. And by far, the Helderberg to Hudson half is the best medals that I have. I have 3 of them. And so next week I'm running the Hannaford Mohawk Hudson half marathon. So people also run a marathon. But if you run the Helderberg to Hudson half and the Mohud, you get an additional medal that's called Race the Rivers, because you ran all the rivers, I guess. So I have one of those and I'll get so I'll get 2 medals on Sunday is the point. Sometimes when I'm laying in bed, so it's at the foot of my bed and it's over there, I'll look at them. And then I have all my lanyards from Baptiste programs and I'm there's so much work and so much effort. And I don't feel anything. It's not until I sit and intentionally reflect back, holy shit, I got myself, I'm going to program now, in topic, not in real life. So Baptiste program, that's your training, week-long trainings. I got myself to Hawaii, Sedona, New York, Utah like 8 times, California like 3 times, Philadelphia, New York City, like all these places to go to a program. I used to be scared of traveling. I used to not be able to fly on an airplane without being completely drugged. And then here I am just zipping across the country, no drugs. I was still drinking, except for the last trip to California, I was sober. Well, from alcohol. I don't do other drugs, just weed. But I feel wrong saying sober, because I'm not. My brain is not sober. Like the reactions that your brain has to being under the influence of a controlled substance, including, I don't know, are you sober if you're on antidepressants? But there's certain ones I know you wouldn't be considered sober. It's not like I'm taking benzos. Anyway, I'm getting lost in semantics. I used to not be able to travel, but I wanted this bad enough that here we are, all over the place. And the medals, like the Ragnar medals. I ran in the middle of the night. I shit outside in the middle of the night more than once. Just wherever. And not only did I do those events, but I trained for those events. So much fucking time. But I was thinking about it today when I was running. I was looking at, so the bike path, boy, they really spoil you. First of all, it's flat. Second, they spray paint any little like crease or crack or little hole so that you don't hurt yourself. So you don't accidentally like roll an ankle or, if you're biking or whatever. So I'm staring at the ground in front of me, running, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, okay, I'm doing this task, and then this is the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. I'm doing this because I have this race, and then I have to do more because I have a race after that. But like, why am I racing? Why am I doing that? To get more medals, to be lean, to be fit. Why else? I don't know, because I don't have anything fucking better to do. That's it. I got nothing else to do. We might as well go fucking run. Go.